Sometimes Judge Lauren Lake loses control on paternity court.
You all are not off the hook, because I don't like how you all over here scowling at her when both of you lay down with her, willingly. So before you get so disgusted, you be disgusted with yourself. You end up with a relationship like this. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody hears that they're the father of my child, I better see some reaction.
Have you ever partied hard enough to wake up the next morning not knowing what went down last night? Well, let me give you a hint. You might have accidentally fathered a child, sir. What? Meet Mr. Boston and Miss Murphy, who were entangled in a complex paternity dispute over their 10-month-old son.
Yana, you have to have sex to make a baby. You know, I don't remember even doing that with her.
Lie.
You don't remember having sex with Miss
All of
Murphy?
a
He's
sudden, why
lying.
am I
He was
finding
at my
out
house
that?
all the time, every day, every night in my bed.
It is your assertion to this court that you've never been in a sexual relationship.
I mean, I'm not denying it like that, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so what are you
He's
saying?
lying. He's lying, Your Honor, see?
What a confession right at the beginning of the case! But this statement of yours, Mr. Boston, met with disbelief. However, I'm wondering how conveniently you're forgetting that they did indeed have a relationship. Well, this calls in for some drama.
How long were you in a sexual relationship?
4
I
months.
wasn't even in her house for 4 months.
He's lying. He's
She
lying,
would
Your
call me
Honor.
and beg
He's
me
lying.
over there
He's
every
lying.
other night.
He was at my house
Sometimes I can't,
every night,
because
spending the night
sometimes
sleeping in the
I can't
same
stay
bed.
alone, kicking it with them. You know, having beverages, stayed over time, and my mom would sleep, so I couldn't get in her house.
Oh boy, the two parties can't even agree on whether they were in a committed relationship or not. How annoying! Seems like Mr. Boston was in denial. But y'all know the paternity court is a correction center for such folks. But we'll get onto that part later. So before that, here's the flashback.
When I first found out I was pregnant,
Yana, I
he
found
rubbed my
out-
belly and
I
everything. He
found
was
out
smiling
that
and
She
everything.
was pregnant in the process of me being
No,
over a
no,
family member's house.
no.
That family member came in the house and told me, well, you know somebody named Teresa? At the time, I didn't know her government name. Never knew
Wait
her
a
name
minute. You've been sleeping with her for 4 months and don't know her name.
Not even
You
think I
sound
know-
about crazy, Mr. Boston.
All right, now, according to Miss Murphy, who recounts Mr. Boston was happy about her pregnancy to the point of even rubbing her belly. Yet, he later claims he wasn't aware until a family member informed him. There are some mixed signals here. Feels like someone's been playing dodgeball.
when I was like 6 months, he had stopped coming over my house. For some reason, I don't know
No,
why.
I called her and
no,
talked
he
to her
didn't.
about the
No,
baby.
he
She
didn't.
was like,
No, he
well,
didn't.
who
No, he
told
didn't.
you? I'm like,
No,
well,
he
it's
didn't.
running around, you know,
No,
the
he
whole
did not.
Danville. So that's when I called her to get the facts from her out of her own mouth.
All right, now for some clarification. Mr. Gregory enters the scene, another man who had a relationship with Miss Murphy during the same time frame. He initially blocked her on Facebook when she told him about the pregnancy. What on earth is happening here?
He actually blocked me, Your Honor, because he had went back home to his girlfriend and he thought that I was gonna break up a happy home, which it wasn't nothing like that because I don't wanna break up no happy home. This is about my son.
But you just testified in court just a minute ago that when you calculated up the time during the 4-month span, it was only Mr.
It added up
Boston.
to Mr. Boston.
All right, since we are so clear about it that the father is from one of the two men, how about we just cut to the chase and focus on the DNA test results? So, all right, Judge Lake, let's read out the results and end this doubt.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Boston, you are not the father. Thank you for the truth. Because you can't get anywhere till you tell the truth. As you come of age and get older, you're gonna learn that sometimes you just gotta put your big girl panties on.
The situation spiraled out of control as the baby mama found herself in a puzzling dilemma of not knowing who the baby daddy truly was. Their casual and conflicting statements sent Judge Lake into a fierce frenzy. In a no-nonsense reality check, she served these adults a dose of hard truth.
We have no clue who his biological father is. Mr. Boston, you are going to have to make sure that paperwork does not attach itself to you because someone arbitrarily gave your name. You owe him an apology.
Sorry. It just hurt so bad.
You might have heard the story, The Boy Who Always Told Lies. Well, that ain't a story anymore, as he was faking the appearance of a lion. This hunter had been faking pregnancy. his wife's lies and doubts have led Mr. Hunter to believe that the 2 kids he's been raising might not be his.
One of my friends photoshopped her pregnancy to put my name on it.
Back up and start from the beginning. You were faking pregnancies.
Yes.
Why?
Because I wanted to keep them.
The relationship was rocky.
Exactly.
So you said you gonna fake like you were pregnant.
Yes.
So what did you do?
I had my friend Photoshop my pregnancy test, and she put my name on it.
Did you just hear that? Let me draw a clear picture. It all began when Mrs. Hunter decided to keep her husband by faking pregnancies, which included some clever photo manipulation. She admits to this openly, explaining it was her way of trying to hold onto their shaky relationship. I mean, wow!
Mr. Hunter, why are you denying you're the father of these children? Is it because of the fake pregnancies? What's going on?
Your Honor, I've been lied to. You know, it's not the first time. It's been about 5 times. And
5 lies.
5 lies, 5 pregnancies.
5
times.
faked pregnancies.
Yes.
Come on, woman! Your unhealthy ways of dealing with Mr. Hunter had put the alleged dad into a spiral of doubt. He had been through a lot of lies. However, now, that's a record, isn't it? And Miss Hunter didn't just stop at the fake pregnancies. She also confessed to texting other guys while she was still married. Give me a break.
Everybody's told me that they've seen her here, they've seen her there. Even my friends told me that they see her in the car with a dude in the car. He calls me and says that, yeah, I thought I just see you rolling
His
down the
friends
street.
is lying.
No, they just said they seen her riding down the street with a guy with braids.
But here's the ultimate claim when Mr. Hunter drops a medical bombshell. He was told by a doctor that he might be sterile due to an injury. But lo and behold, Mrs. Hunter gets pregnant shortly after. Huh. Now even this had me wondering.
I got an injury, and he told me I would be sterile. We have a baby a couple of months after that. I just don't think they really too much look like, you know?
He's lying.
It's not
just
that,
like him.
I mean, that's what you think, and that's in your eye.
They
Everyone
look
else's
just like
eyes,
him.
though.
And ain't nothing wrong with his penis. It works.
But buckle up for another twist. The power of almighty witnesses when it comes to serving justice. Well, Mr. Golden claimed to have seen Mrs. Hunter riding around with another guy. Of course, she vehemently denies it, but it doesn't do much to help her case, because we all remember her photoshopping skills.
I seen her riding by, and I seen somebody in the car. I'm thinking it was him in the
He ain't
passenger.
seen nothing. He's lying. He's making up
I'm thinking
stories.
it's him in the passenger
He
seat.
described
He
my
can't
car
even
and
see at night.
he described the
Yes,
bumper and
and
everything.
I see the
at
truck
night.
coming. I know exactly what the truck looked like.
So she was driving the truck
Yes, Your Honor.
with another guy in the passenger seat.
Yeah,
Are you sure it wasn't Mr. Hunter?
Yes.
Now that we've taken enough record of all the doubts, how about we now focus on the paternity results so we can shed some light on the baby mama's brain and give everyone here a reality check. Here are the results.
Mr. Hunter, you are her father.
Ha, ha. Yeah.
Mr. Hunter, are you happy?
Yes, I am. I'm very happy.
You
Very
might
happy.
want to show it.
Yeah, isn't it obvious? Mr. Hunter was happy. But someone had to knock some sense into the baby mama for playing all these gimmicks. How about we call in Judge Lake to do some schooling? Oh boy, buckle up, paternity peeps.
You can't keep a man by just keep getting pregnant. It doesn't make any sense because you end up with a relationship like this. Because honey, I know one thing, the day somebody hears that they're the father of my child, I better see some reaction, a happy reaction. So you all have some work to do on your marriage, and most importantly, you have work to do as parents.
So you're in a relationship and you break up, but the feelings for your significant other might have stayed, right? So how do you plan on getting his attention back? Let me give you an idea from this case. Pinning the baby on him. Well, according to Mr. Cedeno, Miss Ramirez is doing the same.
Are you trying to trap your ex
No,
with
I
this
am
baby?
not trying to trap him with this baby. He's my first love. He's my first boyfriend, my first everything. And I'm tired of him sending me mixed signals. He comes to my house, he tells me he doesn't love me, he doesn't want to be with me. He's always trying to hug up on me. He tries to sleep with me.
Did you just hear that? Miss Ramirez vehemently denies trying to ensnare Mr. Cedeno, but is deeply hurt by his inconsistent behavior. Up till this point, it feels like the alleged baby daddy has been moving back and forth between the two women. Let's see what he has to say in his defense.
So despite the fact that you're admitting that you do still sleep with Ms. Ramirez, even though you're in another relationship?
Yes, it happened. I slipped up one night.
Just that one night?
No, all the time. These last few years, we've been sleeping together.
All right, well, we can take that for some honesty. After all, Mr. Cedeno did come clean. But here's the plaintiff presenting a laundry list of doubts, including the use of an ovulation calendar as evidence. The drama reaches its peak.
You went to visit your children and end up visiting your ex-girlfriend.
I had pretty much fallen victim that day.
How are you falling a victim when you're the one that initiates
Fell
it?
victim. You admit to having sex with her,
Yes.
but you claim the child is not yours.
Now the time and dates don't add up. There's no
The time and
physical
dates
way.
add up.
So now it's clear that their meetups weren't exactly platonic. Despite their breakup, Mr. Cedeno continues to visit Ms. Ramirez, and the evidence we just mentioned for Mr. Cedeno having doubts. Let's hear that first. So now here's Judge Lake analyzing everything.
So she admitted that she slept with him, but did you sleep with him during the time of conception?
No, I slept with him 7 months prior, and then the next time I slept with him, I was already 4 months pregnant. So he can't be the father.
I think she got pregnant too fast. There's no physical way. And she has an obligation.
It takes one time to get pregnant, one time.
I mean, like, these people come to paternity court having all sorts of doubts, but then, like, literally forget what they've been doing behind each other's backs before wanting it to come to light. So, here's Mr. Cedeno. You're about to get the reality dose by the paternity queen.
That's also a burden on my life. Like, I have two that I already have enough trouble.
Well, the burden on your life is the fact that you can't keep your hands up when you're supposedly supposed to go visit your children. It's lack of self-control.
You really have 2 kids with the lady, sir. How about you show some empathy to her 3rd child, as you are already on the list of being the potential father. But wait, Ms. Ramirez also has a confession to make.
Part of me wanted to have another baby, and another part of me did it out of jealousy, out of spite because of the other
she wants
girl.
to trap.
Because of the other girl having the baby. So I think in my subconscious mind, I decided to get pregnant.
Was it your subconscious mind, or was it your superconscious mind?
Since now we have all the paternity questions at rest, how about we focus on the paternity results? Since the motives and emotions have been cleared out, Judge Lake decides to unveil the curtain over the child's DNA test results.
When it comes to 1.5-month-old Aislinn, Mr. Cedeno, you are her father.
I told you, she is your baby.
How ruthless can someone be? Well, if you need a strong guess, you can focus on Miss Foster, who came to paternity court looking to convince Mr. Fields of being the father of her medically fragile daughter. What a shame, sir. Even now, you just didn't stop clowning.
He has done nothing. He brought her about 3 onesies and 2 pair of socks. Tiana had 3 surgeries. She had open heart, she had diaphragm and a G-tube.
And there's just been no support.
He came to the hospital probably about 4 times, but when he was there, it was just to have relations with me.
No, I think that's a lie, Your Honor. I think that's a lie.
Now, isn't that just sad? Being father is an entire separate case. But maybe you could have done something being a human, Mr. Fields. However, this one claim might send you off your rocker. Let's hear this part out. Oh man, what a scene!
She came to my house. I was trying to be respectable and I asked her, do you want to go in the bathroom and change your clothes? She tells me no. Take off her pants right there in front of me. I'm still sitting in the bedroom. One thing led to another.
This is the first day you met her.
First day I seen her.
You had sex that night on the night she got dropped off?
The day she got dropped off, I had sex with her.
Yep, you heard that one right. Now, Mr. Fields boldly asserts that he's not Sienna's father because Miss Foster's was already pregnant before they met. He claims to have proof to support his case. The tension between these two was nuts. You could cut it with a knife.
She was inboxing your mother and your brother, trying to chase you down because
she was
Listen,
even
you're saying she's
my wife.
Your Honor.
She's texting your wife, trying to get in touch with you.
I never
She was
texted his
texting my
wife.
wife.
I have never known
we
her
got
until
evidence,
3
we got
days ago.
evidence.
Let's get some order.
In this heated exchange, Miss Foster and Mr. Fields confront their past relationship. Miss Foster accuses Mr. Fields of being obsessed with her, citing text messages as evidence of his continued interest. Mr. Fields denies these claims and accuses Miss Foster of making his life difficult. Isn't all that just so ironic?
Did you ever have sex without protection?
And I would
No, I have
admit I'm a real
protection. I
person.
have protection, Your Honor. This girl said she was on the Depo.
Never.
The Depo shot is birth control. Approximately 99% effective from not getting pregnant.
So, Mr. Fields, you came to the hospital for the birth, and why was that?
Because of the medical condition that the baby was in, you know, I didn't want to just up and leave.
Why is it that each question that the judge asks becomes so difficult and painful to hear? Well, that's mainly because of the defendant. Since we've also noticed the fact, I wonder if he's going to try to escape any lecture from the court.
When I told him that the doctor said the twin was gone, he said, suck it up and get over it.
Life goes on, man.
This ignorant attitude you're displaying today, I see through it. This cavalier, I don't care, nothing matters to me. I mean, it really is irking me because what you're acting like is so fake macho nonsense.
Yeah, what a proud failure that is. But wait, here's more you need to hear before your blood actually starts to boil. Here's the plaintiff's mother giving her own 2 cents. Let's see what she has to add. Mama rants something like this.
Because he was concerned about my grandchild, me and my husband accepted him. I sat down with him, me and my husband, and we said, do you want to be with her? If you don't want to be with her, don't think because of this baby. He said, I promise you, this is the girl I am going to marry. That's what he said.
I did not tell you nothing like that.
That's what he said.
All right, Mr. Fields, we know. Now take enough evidence into account and you, my friend, aren't coming to any conclusion. But what do you think? Might there be a chance that the baby mama has been faking the Virgin Mary story? How about we just open up that DNA envelope?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Fields, you are her father. I want you to hold your daughter, and I want you to help take care of your daughter and be there for her and support her. You gotta work together.